up this week, we would go live on a completely different day. So welcome to the jams this afternoon. Those of you who are joining us, welcome. Glad to have you with us today. Richard Sarkeesian, good to have you with us, buddy. We got a little bit to talk about this week. I've come out of hiding this week after WWDC, which those of you who are not in the Apple ecosystem, that is the Worldwide Developer Conference. We've got a lot to talk about this week. Lots of exciting stuff. So haven't seen everybody in a while, so let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. Say what's up in the chat, whether you're on YouTube or LinkedIn. We are streaming live to both platforms today. I haven't been live in a while. I knew it was time to come out of hiding and say hello, make my presence felt. I've had a few of you who have reached out and said, hey, I haven't seen you in my feed in a while, so I've been on the back end, started a production company. So those of you who know, I've been live streaming for quite some time. We've started a virtual production company, so Orange Nomad Productions is live and up and running. So we've been doing a lot of stuff on the back end, a lot of production work, a lot of web development, logo design, marketing for. I've got some exciting stuff that we're about to tear the wrapper off of very soon. Richard's tuning in on YouTube land from Maryland. Again, thank you so much to have you on here as well, Richard. I know you've probably got a lot to say, Richard, with the Apple update this week. I know a lot of us e-cammers have a lot to say on that. So let me just pop in over on our LinkedIn. So good to see you as well. Robert Gibbons tuning in. Good to see you again. Lori Hardkey is busting in from Maui, Hawaii. So welcome, Lori. So Lori and I are working on some cool stuff. We haven't quite ripped taken the packaging off of that yet, but we've got lots of cool things. If you're in the IT space, stay tuned. Lori and I are going to be doing some stuff together. She's about to roll out a brand new program for MSPs. I'm excited about that. Lori's got a lot of knowledge to share with MSPs and all of us alike. I think we all can take a lot away from that. So if you've got questions about the Worldwide Developer Conference, about anything, this is kind of an open Q&A. This is an Apple fanboy's reaction to what Apple announced this week. If those of you who have never tuned into my show, you know that I am an Apple fanboy, even though I've worked in IT for 30 years. Little did a lot of you know, I ran my last MSP from 2008 on Apple. Yes, I was a Windows PC guy, but I went to the dark side, or to the light side, or the orange side, I say, way back in 2008. So I actually dug this out. I still have it to this day. Let me switch over, move things around. I can show you what I've got. I dug up out of the basement. I still have my original box for my MacBook Pro from 2008. So I've got the original box. Again, a little dusty. I just dug that out of the basement, so I still have that. And by the way, I've been rocking an orange cover since 2008. It took me a little while to find this bad boy, but it's interesting things as I pop this out. I had a little push button for little hooks that come out for the magnetic case. Let me know if you're a Apple fanboy. What was the first Mac that you bought? Mine was a 15-inch MacBook Pro. And by the way, this thing still does turn on. From 2008. So a little vintage action for you today. So let me know in the comments, like I said, what was your first Mac? If you have no idea and are not in the Mac world, that's cool too. So I'm going to set that aside. And those of you who, I still have the original box for my iPhone 3GS. Crazy, and yes, in all its glory, orange case too. But yes, I still have the original packaging from, see if this has a date on it when I bought this, 16 megabytes 3GS, 2009. So I skipped the first generation iPhone because it didn't have 3G. So then the 3GS came out the next year. That was my first iPhone. And yes, as you can see, I've been rocking orange cases on all my tech stuff since 2008. But yes, original box, original iPhone. And I think, let's see if I have the charger and everything in the bottom. I probably don't. Nope, I don't. But yes, original iPhone. Yeah, and take this case off. Case is real sticky. Yeah, look at that form factor. That's crazy. Crazy stuff. Let me go to a switch to a different camera so I can show you this. Look at that. 3GS. And I believe this still works as well. I didn't drop it in the water. They weren't waterproof back then. But yes, still have that. If you're an iPhone user, let me know in the comments. But yes, original stuff there. Let's get that in there. It's crazy. Yes, I'm a little bit of a hoarder. I remember I was on ConnectWise and I was trying to find that. I had a flip phone. I had one of those flip phones that had the tilt up key, or the screen tilted up and had the keyboard. Thought it was all cool, rocking ConnectWise with the little pencil on there. Then I went all Apple products from that point forward. So yes, I am an Apple fanboy. And I know I'm not the only one out there. So if you're watching this, and let me know in the comments if you happen to be watching this on the replay. But let's bust in and let's talk about what Apple released this week. And I'm going to give on my take. So as you can see, I've pretty much been take my money type of guy with Apple products since 2008. I'm proud of that. I can't count how many active devices I still have on my Apple ID right now. I think it's like 12 or 13. But anyway, Apple released something for me was completely groundbreaking. And I know there's comments. Let me know what your reaction to the Apple Vision Pro, which is they took a deep dive into the deep side of the pool with the Apple Vision Pro this week. Those of you who are not familiar with that is their new virtual reality headset. So this is the official press release on June 5th. They released the Vision Pro, which is Apple's first spatial computer. Which to me, I looked at that. I've never been one. I'm not a gaming person myself. I'm too OCD. I get addicted and just can't put the stupid thing down. But anyway, how many of you have looked at virtual reality? I think I've tested out a headset. My friend Pete Matheson, if you're tuning in, I know he spent a whole week in the metaverse with the Oculus Rift. But this is, again, Apple jumped into the deep side of the pool this week with the Vision Pro. And a lot of people started, dumping on Apple that, because of the price tag. Everybody went right there to the price tag. But I think, we've left a few things out. Apple's first spatial computer. And I remember when Apple released this guy right here, everybody said the same thing. Everybody said, oh, that's cute. That's nice. Nokia, all BlackBerry. Does anybody still carry a Nokia phone or a BlackBerry? Apple had the last laugh on that one. iPod came out. Everybody laughed, said, oh, that's cute. So I don't think we can doubt Apple's commitment here with opening up a brand new category of devices with the Vision Pro. I mean, it is an impressive piece of hardware. I know there's been quite a few YouTubers that were there at WWDC. iJustine, who's the other one that I can't think of the other one right now, but they had their hands on. I think MKBHD had that as well. But I think, their delve into a $3,500 headset for one. Yeah, if you're not familiar, $34.99 was the base price on this. But I was super impressed with what they released. I've never been a super fan of the metaverse. It just feels like a cartoon to me. And quite frankly, I think the real world's enough to deal with. Having a cartoon world. But this opened up in a completely different category of device and a different category of computing. And again, I don't think you can second guess Apple's commitment here with jumping in here, especially when they had, people from the CEO of Disney was on there. It's just an amazing piece of technology. And I was blown away by, they waited all the way to the end of WWDC to announce this. But I think for content creators especially, my mind was really ramped up on this one. So Richard's with me. I have to see it and try it before I'm going to spend that much money. But I think as a content creator, I had a lot of... Man, my brain just kept churning, especially when, Disney got up there and they showed all of the things, a new way of consuming entertainment, and a new way of content creation. And I think for us as content creators, especially, this could open up a completely new realm of content creation. And again, I was completely blown away when Apple showed all of this, the videos. If you've watched any of the subsequent videos, I mean, you basically have the equivalent of two 4K monitors in each eye, which is nuts. Right now, I'll show you how many monitors I have in front of me right now. So I'm going to switch over to my camera. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monitors right now in front of me in order to run this. So again, I got my brain churning with that. When I look at this, if you could run a live production in virtual reality like that, that would be cool. I know the guys at Ecamm are going to be really. They've got a lot of work to do, and I'm sure that they'll be testing this as well. I'm excited to see what they come up with, but to be able to run a broadcast in virtual reality would be totally mind-blowing, honestly. And to have all of these as virtual screens instead of taking up all this real estate on my desk, well, that would be cool. But I think, here's what it got me here is, it can transform any space into a personal movie theater that feels 100 feet wide with advanced spatial audio. So that's just nuts. 100-foot wide screen as I'm sitting on the couch. Now, my wife and I talked about this. I don't know that I could sit there with, if somebody else is in the room, you're watching a movie, it's playing out of the speakers in your headphones, but that's where my AirPods Pro would come in. But I think it's just awesome to be able to sit there with a 100-foot virtual reality screen as you're watching Star Wars, The New Mandalorian, or Ahsoka that's coming out. I mean, it's just mind-blowing what they're going to be able to do with entertainment, with technology. And I think if I'm still in tech and I'm an MSP right now, I know a lot of MSPs crap on Apple, because it's a, either or thing with Apple PC. But I think Apple jumping into this realm legitimized, I don't even know if that's a word, but I think Yes, there's cheaper devices in the market, but they've set the bar. They've raised the bar for what is possible. And I think that it's great because this will spur innovation. It'll spur new ways of doing things. But yeah, it's crazy to me to think about that. Could, again, this is version 1, and a lot of people are like, it's $3,500, but think about this. Think about the naming convention of this. This is the Apple Vision Pro. So if you look at the iPhone right now, you've got the iPhone 14, iPhone, what are the different categories of iPhone right now? So if you go to iPhone, so just think about this. So hold on a minute if you're going to crap on the price. So an iPhone 14 starts at $799. So $800 for a phone. And then it goes up from there. So you've got the iPhone Pro. 14 Pro is starting from $999. So I think what Apple did is they opened the door for less expensive virtual reality headsets. But I think they started here, my personal opinion, I think they started here with the Pro version so that they can get developers involved, they can get entertainment companies involved, they can get an ecosystem. So think about that. They opened up a new ecosystem for apps, for content delivery, a completely new way of making money for a lot of companies, including us smaller players. To be able to create this right here, it would be, I just start, as I'm watching this, all I could think about was Minority Report. And I think it was nuts, especially like this right here. I think about Tom Cruise when he's watching, in that movie, he's watching, I think it was his son that had gotten kidnapped and had died. But think about this. You have the ability to create video in 3D with a headset. So just think about that. Think about what is possible when you have 3-dimensional video from a headset. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, you can, Richard. It's fully, it's modular. You can fully customize this. They've actually got, I wear glasses, so I'm curious to see. They also have Zeiss lenses that you can put in there, so I wouldn't have to wear glasses. So that's what I'm super curious about. When this hits Apple stores and people can try it, it's not going to be available till first of the year. But I think it's just, again, the ability to have technology and be able to interact with technology in this way and create new platforms, create new revenue streams, to create new ways of providing content. That is what I am juiced up about. Am I juiced up about a $3,500 price tag? No. And I'm not going to say that I won't at some point. And again, you might be able to help me out on this, be able to afford the coin to get this, but just to test it out, to start making content. But imagine having a Zoom meeting like that, where you're able to see your screen, you're able to see everybody. I mean, it takes the ability to do events and things like that in a completely different realm. Even like live streams. My brain is just on overload right now, thinking of possible ways where this can be used. And again, it's all, if you're in the Apple ecosphere, everything is familiar from, all of the devices you have, all of the things, the interconnectivity. That's what I love about Apple. I can take things from my MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, switch them over to both Macs running on my desk, over to my phone. It's just seamless. And I don't think that, I don't think many manufacturers can say that, the seamless interface, the seamless ability to get things done. That's what I love about Apple. But to be able to do that with touches, again, this is version 1 for Apple, but I'm excited to see what they come up with. And anybody else, that has comments on this, or if you have questions or feedback on, Apple products or about the realm of technology, I know that there's been quite a few, people too that are crapping on the fact that, okay, it's the end of humanity, AI, and it's the end of human connection. I beg to differ with you. I think it's a low. That's just my personal opinion. I think if, I've got dedicated time that I set aside device free. It's a choice. I think being engulfed by technology is a choice. It's an addiction for sure, but I think it's a choice. So I don't think that's the end of humanity as we know it, not from one device. But let me know in the comments too whether or not you think about trying this out. Yeah, it's just, again, I'm completely blown away by the tech. And if you've had any Apple devices, you know, I'm still carrying around a laptop from 2008. And again, I'm not carrying it around, but I have it. And it still works. I don't have any Windows PCs. I junked all those a while ago when I sold my business, but we were replacing those every couple years. Everything would slow down. I'm not saying that thing's rocking fast by any stretch, but I think, you know, Apple makes solid products. I think the only thing that I've ever had to replace in an Apple product other than dropping stuff, which is user... I think I replaced a RAM chip in a MacBook Air. I think that was it. I was trying to think of... I've only been back to the Apple Store one time with the first generation MacBook Air that I got back in like 2012. One of the RAM chips went bad. That was it. Like I said, I've had multiples. I've had multiple computers. I'm going to show you too. I also dug some other stuff up. I've been basement hunting today. Anybody have one of these? Again, I haven't tested whether or not this one turns on or not. Old MacBooks. It's crazy. I couldn't find an orange cover for this one. Not sure how old that one is either. "13-inch. Actually, no, this is the MacBook Air. This is the Gen 1 MacBook Air that I had. Again, orange cover. And this is by far my fave. The M2 MacBook Air. I've spent almost a year with this thing. I've ditched my iPad last August when I bought this. Completely replaced my iPad. That's my everyday driver. So that's what I do. All of my ClickUp stuff on, task management, that kind of stuff. So I'm a little bit of a nerd that way with Apple stuff. I know I'm not the only one. So if you're want to see any of my tech setup, put that in the comments too. Just go over here to LinkedIn, see if there's any updated comments. Nope, it's a quiet day. So again, Thursday afternoon, I've been chomping at the bit to go live for a while. I was going to wait till tomorrow. I still might live stream tomorrow too. But my two cents, my take on what Apple did this week, I think it's fantastic. I think kudos to them for pushing the envelope, pushing things further with tech. And I'm excited about what is going to come out of this week's announcement. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I can't wait to try it out. And who knows? First part of next year, you may see me creating content. You might see me doing live streams with a VR headset. So awesome. I knew I would have... I always get the UK contingent. Pete Matheson, welcome to the show, buddy. Thank you, Pete. Pete, like I said, you'll have to check out his video. I'm going to link that in the YouTube. Put a card up here if you're watching this on the replay. Pete did a whole... He spent a week. Was it a week, Pete? Week, Pete. Poet didn't even know it. Yeah, so he loved that title. Did you like that title and thumbnail? I just threw that together in Canva like literally an hour or so ago. But yeah, that's Pete. If you caught the tail end of this too, I know Pete's probably got he can beat me on the iPads. But how many devices, current Apple devices, do you have, Pete? I'm curious. I was talking early on the show. I have my original 3GS, circa 2009. My original MacBook Pro, 15-inch MacBook Pro. Still have the original box, too. Yeah, so Pete said, can't wait for the Vision Pro. Reviewers are saying it's better than expected, so I have big expectations. I do as well, Pete. I think it's going to be awesome to try out. I can't wait to see where content creators push the envelope on this. But yeah, I'm super, super excited about it. So, and I'm going to flip over here too, because I think, it wasn't, I know a lot of people, like I said, Pete, you've probably seen this too. A lot of people have been dumping on the price point. But again, it is a Vision Pro. They started right at the top of the game with the Vision Pro. So I think it opens the door for us to be able to see less expensive. We'll say cheaper. I know Apple doesn't like that word, cheaper. So Pete says he's got 3 iPads, 3 MacBooks, 3 Apple Watches, 2 Mac Minis, 1 Mac Studio, 2 mini HomePods, and AirPods. I'm right with you, Pete. I've got a problem too. It's a sickness. Pete said I'm about to drop another $2.5K for an ultra wide monitor. So think about that. I was thinking of that. I'm actually shopping for a new screen too, Pete. So I can't wait to see which one you pull out of the rabbits with the next review as well. So when I think about that, spending $2,500 on a screen, but to be able to have that in with a headset and to be able to make a 100-foot screen if you want, I think it's just crazy. Yeah, I'm with you. Why not spend $3.5K on something that can replace that and more? That's kind of where my head's at. And then let me know if you have any ideas, Pete. I've been having ideas all week about ways to create content, and that's what really I'm excited to see how people go about approaching content creation in 2024. Because I think this is exciting. It's exciting to me to see that. But I think again, I'll switch over to my LinkedIn here. I've tagged a few articles that I found interesting here. So this is one from Adam Fard. He's a UX designer. But he just walked through, all the possibilities, how things are better or going to be better with devices like the Vision Pro. So it said profit margins will be insane. It's a problem. Only at $1.5K cost to Apple, but they'll normalize everything, spending more on a VR headset like they did with the iPhone. Exactly. I think again we go back to this. Everybody laughed and said, "Oh, that's cute," when they came out with the iPhone. But I think Apple might have the last laugh on that. So, but anyway, I love the articles that are starting to come out, and I think I tagged this. You may have seen that. I don't. Yeah. So here's Bill Young, the head of games at Twitch. I love what he had to say on this post. He had the joy of watching with 63 other people on Slack. Let's see here. Is gleefully optimistic and brutally cynical at the same time. It was glorious. Yeah, so it doesn't matter if this product launch is a massive success for Apple. Today, we witnessed a rare cataclysmic moment. The most successful marketer in history just officially got into the AR, VR, XR game. And that means strategy shifts across the minimum. So Apple's now committed, the biggest company in the world just committed to making a new market. And that's what hit me right there. They're committed to making a new market. Spatial computing. mark my words, Apple started off something different this week. He said it's that market, spatial computing, that we should be paying attention to, not necessarily the launch of a device. Apple will iterate, other companies will jump in, prices will come down, usefulness will increase. Culturally, we will adapt to this new world that now also includes spatial computing. And that's just, and again, this is head of games at Twitch. He knows what game Apple's in. He knows the fact that things changed this week. The IT industry changed this week. If I'm an MSP, I'm going to be paying close eye on what goes on in the next 6 to 12 months in this space. Because I personally think it's exciting. I think it's going to open up new opportunities. It's going to open up new ways of getting in front of technology. And it's, again, if you don't follow my friend Pete Matheson, check out his channel. And again, I'm going to link it up here in the description as well. Check out his videos. He's done a lot with tech and virtual reality. But I think, again, those possibilities, I don't know whether, let me see if Apple has that on their homepage or not. That was one of the things that I got from WWDC. You can watch the whole keynote. I'm not going to show it. Let me see if they have that little video clip here of someone working in an office with this headset on. Is that somebody at home? Yeah, they're right there. There's the clip. Free your desktops and your apps. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, it just, in an office environment, it's just going to be nuts. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, there it is. I had the wrong screen going. So that's, again, somebody working in an office space with the headset on. So Pete said, so great to see you back, man. It's been a minute. Yeah, it has. Been busy. We started a production company, so I've been super busy with that. I would love to get our show back again. Yes, we'll be bringing back the Not an MSP show. Family and I are well. We're digging summertime finally being here, shorts and t-shirt weather. Yeah, it's just crazy. Crazy what's going to come up there. So do have the Mars fog where you live in New York. We were on the tail side of that. New York's a little further, but the last couple days it has been quite hazy. The wildfires that are in Canada have swooped down, and we're right on the southern edge of that where we're at in Ohio. But yeah, there's another air quality advisory in effect here today, but it's not as bad as New York, Pete. Yeah, they're getting all of that, the jet stream that heads up to the northeast. New York's getting pummeled today. I think I saw that Casey Neistat's video. I got to go watch that. But yeah, it's just crazy that all that stuff can carry. But yeah, my allergies have been nuts this week, so I'm hoping to get that under control. But yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on technology, the virtual reality space, alternative reality, spatial computing. But again, I wanted to get back to live streaming. I'm hoping that we can get back to this on a regular basis. Pete, we might have to change around the time for the Not an MSP show, but maybe I'll download WhatsApp again and maybe we'll start a new channel on there. Sorry, I'm not a WhatsApp fan. I think I deleted it off my phone a couple months ago, but anyway, yes, I've been super busy. Exciting. If you'd like a show produced like this, I produce the Not an MSP show. But if you need help producing videos, courses, online content, reach out. We started Orange Nomad Productions a couple months ago. So yes, as my friend Nigel says, I've been head down, bum up, trying to get that off the ground, trying to put systems in process and all that good fun stuff. It's what I'm all about. Creating repeatable systems and process so that we can deliver awesome results. But yeah, I'm excited about what is ahead. I'm excited about where everything is going in the next couple years. Yeah, super happy to be live streaming again. So thank you, Pete, Richard, Lori, Robert, anybody else who might be on here just lurking, that might be hanging out live. Thank you again. I might be back online tomorrow. I think we're going to try to do another Friday jam session tomorrow. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on apples. I'm still an Apple fanboy. You might be seeing me soon. If I can get my hands on that early. Pete, you and I should try to get our hands on that early and do some content together. That would be cool. That's going to wrap it for me. I'm going to go grab some lunch. It's 2:37 p.m. So thanks to those of you who hung out with me over in the UK, Robert and Pete. Lori's a few hours behind me over in Hawaii. But again, super excited to be back online. It's always that first one after you've been offline for a while, playing behind the scenes, jumping back in front of the camera again. It's nerve-wracking. It's exciting. It's addictive. Absolutely love it. So, Richard, thanks for hanging out with me. I don't know that I'm going to be at the Ecamm boot camp or not. I'm still trying to work a few things out. Let me know if you're going to go, Richard. It would be a good time of year to go up to Amesbury to hang out with the Google camp or Ecamm camp and Ecamm fam. Awesome. Richard said he'll be there. So sweet. You might see me. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still trying to work a few things out that I had arranged prior to the announcement. But who knows? You might see me there. If not, I will live vicariously through you. So anyway, I'll see you same time. Maybe same time tomorrow. I don't know. I might go back to the 12:45. We'll see. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on Apple stuff this week. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for the earbuds. Yeah, I love the Epidemic Sound music. So if you got some free time tomorrow, we might hang out, do some ClickUp stuff. I've been waiting for ClickUp 3.0 to launch. I've got all kinds of video ideas in the hopper for that one. But yeah, thanks again for joining me. That's going to do it for me. Have a good one.